applications folder. Yeah. And I believe we're going to need MAMP installed because what we want to do is we want to run like a local server. So we're going to install WordPress so we can develop some websites, which is pretty cool. Welcome to Code Rock, the Rock Roll Canada show. And we're going to primarily focus on code. Code Rock is the overall edition. And we talk about things like GIMP, open source, a lot of open source. All these projects pretty much won't cost you any money unless you want to spend like $5 a month or something, get your own server. So you can post all your cool stuff, but there's all kinds of ways to do that. And we're going to start recording,
Start recording.
start recording, start recording. Here's a version of WordPress. Hey, let's get rid of this background here. My goodness, at least some photos or something. Something more family friendly. Ah, no, you can't do that. Something family friendly. Rock and Roll Canada. We have nice elephants. Rock and Roll Canada. Code Rock is what we're called. And what happens when I play this? You guys can hear it? Let me know if you hear that. We are, we've got WordPress. Here's WordPress. Nice. Zipped up right there. And we got that from over at WordPress.org. And I downloaded it, just like they told me to. And I went over to MAMP. And MAMP is basically going to let you run just a local server right on your machine here. So got to take a look at, yes, we can open it. Let's try opening it up and guide us through and continue and have almost fun. Going through, we've got the license, we'll agree. It's going to take up some space on our computer. Type in your password on your system. Hey, it's a pretty cool elephant. There we go. Don't need that anymore. I don't think we even need that. We're installing MAP is what we're doing. We got WordPress installed, downloaded over here. And we're good. Do we want to move MAP and Pro Installer to the trash? Yeah, move that to the trash. Clean up our system. If you're not, I'm working on a Mac. So if you're on Windows, I think everything should be pretty much the same. We want to go into our downloads. Okay, we've got downloads. We've got our applications. We should have MAP here now. Yes, look at that. We've got MAP. We've got MAP, and we've got a folder called htdocs. And this copy of WordPress that we just downloaded from the internet, and I'll show you what it looks like. I'll just drag it into Visual Studio Code, which is free, made by Microsoft. And really it's worth, I like brackets sometimes too and add them. There's lots of good ones, but you can, like at this point, you could be using any code editor you want. And we just downloaded this file called WordPress. And if we open it up, there is so much stuff in here, themes and plugins, and it's all written in PHP. But we're going to run all this locally on our machine, and that's why we need MAP. So we'll close out of there. The main files is your WP content file. That's where pretty much everything happens. And down here in your WP config file, because we're going to have to set up the database, and that's why we're using MAMP. So where's WordPress? What do we do? Ah, Mr. WordPress. You can go in there. Are you sure you want to move WordPress? Move, yeah. I don't know. There's something on my system doing that. But okay, htdocs. We'll close out of there, back into our applications, and somehow mysteriously Adam popped up on my machine. So we'll just close you, Mr. Adam. Quit. Quit all my files. Go back to what we're doing here, which I can edit out some of this stuff for you. So it'll be quite a bit quicker. We're into MAMP. We got to get there. It's basically going back into our applications, double clicking in MAMP now, and then just starting it up. And what we need to do, is we got to start these servers. Like boom, boom. And there you go. Now you have MAMP on your machine. And that's pretty cool. MAMP downloads. MAMP, welcome to MAMP, your tools. So now you go into, because WordPress is in this local host, and you're going to be prompted to find your English Canada or English US or Deutsch. Continue. Oh, now this is the fun part. We need a database and a username and a password. So let's go. And we've got to enter it, but we've got to create it. So what we got to do is we got to go to PHP My Admin, tools, PHP My Admin, and we got to like add a new.
Now we're
Name
going
it is.
down the home stretch, Rock and Roll Canada,
It's gonna have a name.
and
Code
what we got to
Rock.
do to finish this off is we've got a localhost 888 on your computer, and let's go back here a second for you. Go to localhost 8888. Enter. That's a little bit nicer. We're gonna go to WordPress. We're gonna install WordPress English. English Canada. Continue. Now, it's asking us for a database name. Well, it's a good name. We set up that database name CodeRock. Back in PHP admin. Let's go. CodeRock. CODEROCK. Username will be root. And the password will be root. And the localhost database and the prefix, they could be changed at later dates for security. But for this point, we're just going to submit and run an installation. So now you pretty much have WordPress set up on your computer. You're going to name your site title, a username, and a password. So what I usually do is I usually keep my site title my project name. So site title will be Rock and Roll Canada. The username will be Rock and Roll Canada. Keep it simple. Hopefully we'll create a strong password. That's nice and strong there. And put in your email, because that's something that you'll always be able to connect you and WordPress together. So if setups and search engine availability, they won't even matter at this point because this is just on your local machine. And you're not going to want that checked when you deploy your site either. So I don't know why you'd want to discourage search engines from indexing your site. It's up to the search engines to honor this request, which is very interesting. I don't really actually know. Install WordPress, and yeah, Rock and Roll Canada, and save it there. Our password. We log in, and it's saved just for us. Let's remember. Log in, and there you go. You're in WP admin. Remember WP-admin. WP.
In the book, alternative 3, the pseudonym box, stroke, and reduce the place of gas and opportunity. There's also